In 2019 as a web developer, there is so much to choose from. Should you learn React, Angular, Vue, ASP.NET, Node.js, Ruby on Rails, Flask, Material UI, Bootstrap? There's so much to choose from that most new developers are completely lost in what they want to do. So let's discuss. Good afternoon everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So, before we get into it, if you were expecting a clear answer, you've come to the wrong place. But don't click off of the video yet, that doesn't mean I haven't got anything important to say. So, what I wanted to get at was that if you were the kind of person who was asking one of these questions, then you're probably still a very new developer. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're still new at developing, I was there a few years ago, and I would have asked the exact same questions, but the problem is, it's not just that there's so much to learn, it's also that that's not a very helpful question. So when you're new at developing, the most important thing is just to pick something. It doesn't matter what you pick. If you want to do front-end development, do React, do Angular, just roll a dice, pick one of them. If you want to do back-end development, then Node, Flask, Ruby, ASP.NET, roll a dice, pick one of them. It really doesn't matter, because if you're still at the stage when you are not sure what exists as a framework, then you're still probably fairly new at developing. And when you're still that new, the most important thing isn't developing skills with whatever the current technologies are. You could go and learn jQuery, that's entirely fine. The most important thing as a new developer is to start developing. So what I would recommend isn't going and asking, what is the best framework to learn in 20x? The important question you should be asking is, what are the cool new frameworks that exist? And that I can give an answer to. React is awesome. I love React. Angular, I prefer, but React is also awesome. I haven't done Vue myself, so that could be great as well. I've heard good things about it. For the backend, ASP.NET is great. Node.js is great. Flask, I don't like Python that much. It's Python. And Ruby is basically Python, so if you like Python, you'll probably like that. Stop asking questions like, what is the best framework to learn in X year? Because you can learn that fairly quickly. And it isn't something that someone in another region can answer for you. The way that you answer that question, if you're strictly looking at employability, is go look at some job board website. Whatever job board website is popular in your area. In Australia, Seek is fairly popular, and Indeed is very popular. So go on those websites, and if you want to look at whatever is popular in business, search for those. Whatever has the most jobs, if that's how you want to do it, then learn it like that. But you can't go and find someone in a completely different country and go and ask them what the best thing to learn in 2019 is, because in their area, the web stack is probably completely different. Take my area, for example. So in South Australia, there is basically no Node.js jobs. Most of the backend is PHP and ASP.NET. PHP because obviously WordPress is big, so if you're already using WordPress and you have PHP developers on staff, you might as well just do a PHP backend. And ASP.NET because it's very, very popular for small businesses in my area, so a lot of those use it. And for the front end, React and Angular are really popular. I think the last time I checked, Angular was out in front, but I can't be certain. It might be React now. So what I would say about this style of video, what the best language to learn in X year is, what the best framework to learn in X year is, if you're going to them for a correct answer about what you should be learning, I think you're doing it wrong. But if you're going to one of these videos for basically whatever is popular right now, so if you want to know what languages are popular right now, what frameworks are popular right now, what IDEs are popular right now, then if that's going to give you some ideas, that entirely makes sense. But don't come to one of these videos expecting a clear answer of what you should be learning, because nobody knows. The only person who can work it out is either yourself or someone who is directly in your area. But even then, they aren't you. They don't know exactly what you want to do. So you could be someone who wants to focus entirely on Angular. There are people who are, say, WordPress specialists. I must have hit my mic then. There are people who are React specialists. There's no reason why you can't specialize. I wouldn't recommend it myself, because then you're going to lock yourself into one type of job, and it might be a bit harder to find a job in the future. But if that's something that you want to do with your career, then you're the only person who can decide to do that. And if you want to do backend development, it's the same there. If you want to be a PHP specialist, or you want to be a Microsoft specialist, get yourself completely in the know with the ASP world of products and the Azure stuff and all the Microsofty stuff, then that's cool. And nobody else can answer that for you. You're the only one who can decide that that's what you want to do with your career. So if you came to this video expecting a clear answer, once again, I'm sorry, but you kind of did that to yourself. You're not going to get a clear answer about what the best thing to learn in 2019 is. That's a ridiculous question to ask. But it's a question that all of us as a developer will ask at some point. So if you like this video, remember to like and subscribe and hit the little bell icon below if you want to see more from my channel, and leave a comment if you found this fairly informative or maybe you hated it. Either way, leave a comment letting me know what you think. And I have a Twitter account, so if you want to see video updates and YouTube isn't pushing them, which it probably isn't, then go follow that, and then you actually see stuff that comes out. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything for me, so I'm out.